That day for me, it was not having a perfect workout. It felt impossible to me. We ended up showing up. We ended up doing as much as we could. And I kept pushing myself. Even after I felt like shit, I kept going. I kept giving it my best. And that's one of the biggest parts. If you feel bad, don't stop going. Just do as much as you can or lower the weight. Just do the most that you can physically accomplish without hindering your potential or without missing a day.
One,
Two, three.
That was in sync. That was sync this one. We didn't even comfort.
If you're lazy, insecure, and hate how your body looks, this video is going to be a very good video for you.
A lot of people want to get in shape, but they feel insecure and then they start avoiding the gym as a result. And that just ends in feeling worse than they initially did in the first place.
Right. And so you have to reframe the problem, right? Because it's not a question of laziness by itself, right? First, you gotta realize laziness isn't the real issue, right? Because laziness equals avoiding discomfort, the lack of discipline, and insecurity is, you gotta separate both, right? Insecurity is what you fear people are gonna think about you, right? So being judged, looking stupid, or even starting late, right? Those are the fears, right? The insecurities that we as people develop. And you don't hate the gym, right? By definition, you hate how you look in the gym, right? Or how you feel in the gym. And so I think that's where confidence really comes into place. And I think you can pretty much attribute to that as well.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about how they will go to the gym when they start feeling confident. But that's like saying I'll start making money when I'll start focusing on making money when I'm rich. It's going to the gym does not come when you get confidence. It builds your confidence so that you can keep going and you can be confident enough to achieve your goals. There is no waiting until you're confident to start going to the gym, because by the time you're confident, you'll be 40 and then really out of shape and in a place where it's going to take you 4 or 5 years to get out of that rut, to get out of that place where you don't want to be. But a lot of people start off insecure. They feel awkward, but they go anyways, and that's how you can tell that's a sign of a successful person, of someone that can do what they really want and achieve their goals. And that's the biggest thing. You need to focus your mind on going. You don't need to be confident. You just need to get in there. The gym does not require confidence to show up. It's going to build it for you.
100%. And I think that's a really, really great example, right? You don't say, I want to become rich right after being rich, right? So you got to keep that in mind. So I would say there's 4 simple steps to pretty much overcoming that. And so the first one would be lowering the standard, right? So stop aiming for perfect workouts, to have the most optimized workout in the world, right? The point is just going and getting it done, right? Showing up is way bigger than doing it, half-ass, how some people say. Obviously, you still want to have a good workout, right? But even showing up is already a win, even if you're not 100% sure with what you're doing. The fact that you're being there is already a win.
And you probably remember this. When we went to TrueFit last time, and I was supposed to hit a full body workout, I think, but I think I just didn't have enough carbs to be fueled for that workout, and I started feeling like trash after we finished a few exercises. So we only did chest, triceps, and shoulders.
Right.
And that day for me, it was not having a perfect workout. It felt impossible to me, but we ended up showing up. We ended up doing as much as we could, and I kept pushing myself. Even after I felt like shit, I kept going. I kept giving it my best, and that's one of the biggest parts. If you feel bad, don't stop going. Just do as much as you can or lower the weight. Just do the most that you can physically accomplish without hindering your potential or without missing a day.
Right. I mean, even 20 minutes counts, right? I mean, 20 minutes is still 20 minutes because you're still building the consistency. You're still building the habit, right? And that habit will take you way longer in life than anything else. But I would say when it comes to step number two,
Making the decision smaller. I think shrinking
right,
the decision as a second step is a good thing. Um, for me, it's not, am I going to go to the gym? It's how much effort can I put in or how much can I give in the gym today? Because sometimes you don't feel the right way. And I feel like how much effort I can put in is a lot smaller than will I go today. It's a smaller commitment and it feels less scary, and hence you're more inclined to show up because you already assume that you're going to show up and you're not forcing yourself to do more than you truly can that day in particular. I think that's a good second step. So set that goal, make the decision smaller, make an easy decision to make
right,
that does not involve missing or skipping out on your goal.
100%. And so if we go to the next step, right? So it would be step number three. You gotta detach your feelings from what you're doing in the moment, right? So you gotta stop, think about what you're doing for a couple of seconds, kind of breathe, acknowledge the feeling first. Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling happy? Am I feeling rowdy? New word that we discovered. Am I feeling emotional overall, right? Once you identify what the feeling is, then you can be like, okay, then I need to detach myself from this feeling. How do you do that? You wonder is first you got to ask yourself, well, is someone that wants to improve going to ignore this feeling or just acknowledge it but still do workout? Uh, Another question I love to ask myself, I even have this on a little sticky note next to my monitor, is what would the person you're trying to be so bad would do or a person that you're trying to be so bad in the future would do, or what would your future you do, basically, is another way of framing that. And just kind of going through that question, you're going to remember what's important. You're going to minimize the feeling at the moment, and it's going to increase your chances of, wanting to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Then
Step number four, use the gym as type of mental training because it's not always just physical. Going to the gym does not just boost your physical training, it boosts your mental training because a lot of the time people don't enjoy going to the gym. That's not normal. That's an anomaly when you find someone that enjoys going to the gym.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, you strain your body, it's difficult, you have to drive, you have to waste gas, you have to do a lot of really conscious decisions to, one, get there, two, even more conscious to do the workouts, three, become exceptional at it. And depending on where you are, it just gets more intentional. So every day that you go to the gym, it's a mental training to discipline yourself. You should think to yourself, every rep is a sign or a signal that you haven't given up yet. So keep pushing through it. If you're failure, and sometimes I think about this when I'm doing squats or bench press and I'm lifting the weight and I think this is really hard. I should put it back down. Sometimes I do put the weight back down, but I know that I could have done one or two more because your body can always push an extra rep.
100%. And I feel like some of the common excuses that we often hear is oh, well, I don't have time, right? I have so much stuff that I'm doing already. It's not a matter if you have time or not. It's a matter of, is it a priority for me, right? Is it something I do want to accomplish? So I don't have time is basically another way of saying it's not a priority for me right now, because I can bet you most people that say that, if you go into their phones, check their activity, they're going to have plus 2 hours on their phone, right? Very few people will not, but most people will have time wasted on their phone. Yeah. And so that's a common excuse.
Another excuse I hear often is I'm really tired. I'm too tired to go into the gym. Sometimes it's valid. Sometimes you do need recovery, but a lot of the times, if you're tired 5 days a week, you really need to check what you're doing. A good way for me to not feel tired, we've been applying this when we have been going to the gym. Eat some carbs before your workout. I've been getting Worst case scenario, I eat some large fries from McDonald's because they have like 60 grams of carbs, and that'll fuel me for a few hours. It'll make me feel less tired. It'll take away the excuse that I'm tired, because you've seen me eat them, and when I don't eat the whole day is when I tend to be more tired, and you proved it the other day. And you're not really tired. You just need to find better energy or go to the gym at different times when you have the most energy. If you have the most energy in the morning, go at that time. Or if you have the most energy in the afternoon, go at that time. And you just need to find the routine that works for you. It should not be an excuse. It's just a matter of you not prioritizing the right times and the right energy sources.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. And then, New Year's is coming, right? So there's going to be a lot of new people starting the gym or going to the gym. For those people, excuses I tend to hear are, I don't know, what machines to use. I don't know what to do, or I don't. It's because when it comes to that unknown part of the fitness journey, of course you're gonna feel, almost like lost or not knowing what to do, right? Or confused.
Yeah.
Now, what you need to do in that sense is just go onto YouTube. Preferably, it'd be better if you knew someone that's already going and that just kind of pick their brain off of that. But if you don't have someone to rely on, then go to YouTube, see what the most basic workout is, and do that. And just stick to the basics, right? Most basic push-pull legs, right? So for people that are saying that, just pick the most basic and go with that. Once you start getting or building the consistency, then you can venture and try new things, see what other people are doing, even make friends in the gym and just kind of pick their brains, right? 99.99% of the people in the gym will help you out if you don't know what you're doing.
There's
right?
so much more information now than when we started.
100%.
Right now, when I started, I went on TikTok to see how to do certain workouts, and I tried to do my best, replicate it. And of course, at first they weren't good, they weren't great, but it started as I learned, as I kept watching, it became a little bit better little by little. And sometimes it was too hard to do, so I did it wrong and I didn't know I was doing it wrong. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end the video at. Now you know the four ways to get in the gym.
And now that we're, talking about, now that we're almost close to the New Year's, right? New year, new me, resolutions and all that stuff. If you want to know the things that nobody tells you about starting the gym or going to the gym, we're gonna put a link to the video. Should be like here. I'm pretty sure you see it right now. And so click on that video and we'll go a lot more into depth and why you should do that.